provincial development planning and to participate in the monitoring and appraisal of other provincial governance institutions. According to Article 140 of the Constitution and the Presidential Decree on Electoral Law, mayors of cities should be elected through free and direct elections for a 4-year term. In practice, however, mayors are appointed by the government. The following is a list of all the 34 provinces in alphabetical order. Afghanistan became a member of the United Nations in 1946. Historically, Afghanistan had strong relations with Germany, one of the first countries to recognize Afghanistan's independence in 1919. The Soviet Union, which provided much aid and military training for Afghanistan's forces and includes the signing of a Treaty of Friendship in 1921 and 1978, and India, with which a friendship treaty was signed in 1950. Relations with Pakistan have often been tense for various reasons, such as the Durand Line border issue and alleged Pakistani involvement in Afghan insurgent groups. The present Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan is currently internationally unrecognized, but has had notable unofficial ties with China, Pakistan, and Qatar. Under the previous Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, it enjoyed cordial relations with a number of NATO and allied nations, particularly the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Australia, and Turkey. In 2012, the United States and the then Republic Afghanistan signed their Strategic Partnership Agreement, in which Afghanistan became a major non-NATO ally. Such qualification was rescinded by U.S. President Joe Biden in July 2022. Homosexuality is taboo in Afghan society. According to the Penal Code, homosexual intimacy is punished by up to a year in prison. With implementing Sharia law, offenders can be punished by death. However, an ancient tradition involving male homosexual acts between youngsters and older men, typically wealthy or elite people, called bachabazi, persists. Religious minorities such as Sikhs, Hindus, and Christians have reportedly faced persecution in the country. Since May 2022, all women in Afghanistan have been required by law to wear full body coverings when in public, either a burqa or nabaya paired with which leaves only the eyes uncovered. In a May interview with Christiana Amanpour, First Deputy Leader Sirajuddin Haqqani claimed the decree is only advisory and no form of hijab is compulsory in Afghanistan, though this contradicts the reality. It has been speculated that there is a genuine internal policy division over women's rights between hardliners, including leader Hibatullah Akhundzada, and pragmatists, though they publicly present a united front. Another decree was issued shortly after the first, requiring female TV presenters to cover their faces during broadcasts. In May 2022, the Taliban dissolved Afghanistan's Human Rights Commission along with 4 other government departments, citing the country's budget deficit. Afghanistan's nominal GDP was $21.7 billion in 2018, or $72.9 billion by purchasing power parity PPP. Its GDP per capita is 2024 PPP. Despite having 1 trillion or more in mineral deposits, it remains one of the world's least developed countries. Afghanistan's rough physical geography and its landlocked status has been cited as reasons why the country has always been among the least developed in the modern era, a factor where progress is also slowed by contemporary conflict and political instability. The country imports over $7 billion worth of goods but exports only $784 million, mainly fruits and nuts. It has $2.8 billion in external debt. The service sector contributed the most to the GDP, 55.9%, followed by agriculture 23% and industry 21.1%. While the nation's current account deficit is largely financed with donor money, only a small portion is provided directly to the government budget. The rest is provided to non-budgetary expenditure and donor-designated projects through the United Nations system and non-governmental organizations. The Afghanistan Bank serves as the central bank of the nation and the Afghani AFN is the national currency, with an exchange rate of about 75 Afghanis to $1. A number of local and foreign banks operate in the country, including the Afghanistan International Bank, New Kabul Bank, Azizi Bank, Pashtuni Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, and the First Microfinance Bank. Afghan rugs are one of Afghanistan's main exports. One of the main drivers for the current economic recovery is the return of over 5 million expatriates, who brought with them entrepreneurship and wealth-creating skills as well as much-needed funds to start up businesses. Many Afghans are now involved in construction, which is one of the largest industries in the country. Some of the major national construction projects include the $35 billion new Kabul city next to the capital, the Aino Mina project in Kandahar, and the Ghazi Amanullah Khan town near Jalalabad. Similar development projects have also begun in Herat, Mazar-e-Sharif, and other cities. An estimated 400,000 people enter the labor market each year. Several small companies and factories began operating in different parts of the country, which not only provide revenues to the government but also create new jobs. Improvements to the business environment have resulted in more than $1.5 billion in telecom investment and created more than 100,000 jobs since 2003. Afghan rugs are becoming popular again, allowing many carpet dealers around the country to hire more workers. In 2016-17 it was the fourth most exported group of items. Afghanistan is a member of WTO, SAARC, ECO, and OIC. It holds an observer status in SCO. In 2018, a majority of imports come from either Iran, China, Pakistan, and Tajikistan, while 84% of exports are to Pakistan and India. Since the Taliban's takeover of the country in August 2021, the United States has frozen about $9 billion in assets belonging to the Afghan Central Bank, blocking the Taliban from accessing billions of dollars held in U.S. bank accounts. Afghan saffron has been recognized as the world's best. Agricultural production is the backbone of Afghanistan's economy and has traditionally dominated the economy, employing about 40% of the workforce as of 2018. The country is known for producing pomegranates, grapes, apricots, melons, and several other fresh and dry fruits. It is also known as the world's largest producer of opium. As much as 16 or more of the nation's economy is derived from the cultivation and sale of opium. It is also one of the world's top producers of cannabis. Saffron, the most expensive spice, grows in Afghanistan, particularly Herat province. In recent years, there has been an uptick in saffron production, which authorities and farmers trying to replace poppy cultivation. Between 2012 and 2019, the saffron cultivated and produced in